Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Chananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda. Okay, sound now. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya. Hey, Hare Krishna there. Got your little tent. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Chananda, Nityananda, there she is! Jump on your trampoline. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. There we go. Look at that, man. I love that, man. Look at that. Kid. Keep going. It's great, man. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare Nityananda Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra Nityananda 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 Gora Chandra Gora Chandra Gora Chandra Gora Chandra Nityananda Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra Nityananda Nityananda Gora Chandra Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Nityananda, Nityananda, Gaurachandra, 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 Nityananda, 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 Gaurachandra, Gaurachandra, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Great. Mary, keep it going, man. This is fantastic. We love it. There you go. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare. Show us some new moves too. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Come on, Amy. Let's see that bounce, man. Get your bounce. We want to see it up here, man. Show us your bounce. Put your headband on. Let's see it, man. Get on here live, man. Let's see that bounce. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. All right, my voice hurts a little bit because I've been a lot of talking Sankirtan earlier too. All right, so let's try a little bit. We'll read a little bit here, something here. Let's see, what kind of mischief can we get into here? Any request of what kind of which gurus we should Sachi? Which gurus we should pounce on?
I had to turn you off in the middle of the night.
Oh, you did, huh? You
At
didn't let
2:30 in the morning, you're screaming. I'm like,
Oh. Hey man, it's the best time to scream. Yeah. All right, well maybe we'll leave the gurus alone. Give them a little break. Let them recover a little bit. Oops, what happened here? Extra camera. Oh, look at this. I have this extra camera function now. Something new. Okay. Um, Continuing on here. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, and the first chapter. Okay, text number 12. O king, this time factor enhances the sattva gun. Thus, although the Supreme Lord is the controller, he favors the demigods, who are mostly situated in sattva gun. Then the demons, who are influenced by tamagun, are annihilated. The Supreme Lord induces the time factor to act in different ways, but he is never partial. Rather, his activities um, are glorious, and therefore he is called Uru Shrava. The Supreme Lord induces the time factor to act in different ways, but he is never partial. Rather, his activities are glorious, and therefore he is called Urusrava. Okay, formerly, O king, when Maharaj Yudhisthira was performing the Raja Yuja sacrifice, the great sage Narada, responding to his inquiry, recited historical facts, showing how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always impartial, even when killing demons. In this regard, he gave a vivid example. You got your book there, Sachi? You got the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7 around?
yeah, I'll get it. Which
Yeah, go
verse?
to the first chapter and the verse number verse number 14.
Okay, ready?
Yeah,
This has got 14 and 15 combined for some
yeah,
reason.
yeah.
O king, at the Rajasuya sacrifice, Maharaj Yudhisthira, the son of Maharaj Pandu, personally saw Shishupal merge into the body of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Shishupal, I have to say something there. Shishupal was envious of Krishna,
Yeah.
so he's merging into his body.
Hmm.
Therefore, struck with wonder, he inquired about the reason for this from the great sage Narada, who was seated there. While he inquired, all the sages present also heard him ask his question.
Uh-huh. Does that surprise you that even though he was envious and that he merged in the body of Krishna there, Sachi?
No, I think that's what I'm learning is that like the other day when I was on live, I said we can pretend that we're a certain way, but and then we just kind of jump on them, like Biden. We can pretend that we're innocent and we'll listen to what he's saying, and then we jump on him. But that's pretending to be Krishna, and that is when someone is trying to merge or become one with Krishna. That's that's what they're doing. Is they're pretending to be Krishna. What we want to do is serve Krishna. So
Yeah.
Shishupal is envious. That means when somebody's envious, they want to be the one that they're envious of. I got a I got a neighbor that she is an atheist, and she has to come by my house to get her mail. And she now will never even she wouldn't even look at me. And I would say hi to her, and she wouldn't even, like I was not there. And one of the devotees at the temple said, because she knows that I'm into Jesus and I'm into Krishna, I'm into God. And she just got to where there was so much hate I felt from her, but mostly she just ignored me when I would say hi. So I stopped saying hi. I don't see her that much. And one of the devotees at the temple said, "That's envy." Well, yesterday I still said hi, and at least she looked in my direction and kept on going. So we might be making a little bit of progress because I'm dropping my I'm working on my I don't care what she's going through. She's walking by, I know her name, I'm going to be neighborly.
Well, that's very good of you. Very nice.
No, it's not very motive goodness of me. It's I'm
That's
I'm
very
trying.
neighborly of you. That's
This
very.
is what God I feel wants us to do is to bring people to him
Yes, of course. Yeah, yeah. That's
without
right.
overwhelming them.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Well, the point I was trying to make in there is, see, Sishupal was envious of Krishna, and he was actually critical too. He would, but then he got the boon of merging with the Lord. And there's a great secret. Narda's going to probably explain it here. Um, and that was kind of the secret of even why religion is the way it is. People still often have envy and jealousies, and often leaders and stuff like this. They're actually envious of Krishna and still have jealousy and envy. But because they're worshiping God and Krishna, even though they have envy, they can be liberated because their attention is on God, on Krishna, like that. So Prabhupada knew that. A lot of the gurus knew this. They knew many people will still have envy and jealousy, but because they are meditating on Krishna and his name and all these activities, they will be liberated just because of that, even in spite of it. Though, but that's usually all you get is liberation, at least at that time, and then you can progress, later on, but you become can become liberated. So even for envious people, that's like when Jesus said, "Before me or against me." If you're against a devotee or the Lord, or yeah, it just you get purified. Just because your attention is there, and that's just kind of like how it works. And so be it for or against, and then it participates in the pastimes, just like here. There are people that are against what we do, and or they speculate or whatever's going on. We make our comments. I make comments here, and it's great for getting more clear picture on what's going on in this world. This is very helpful. Otherwise, we're groping around in darkness here. We don't know what the hell's what. Yeah. Go ahead, read the next verse.
It's amazing the different levels I'm seeing how we pretend to be, and in the world, myself included, pretend to be a certain way, but really deep underneath we're another way. So if
Yeah, 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 yeah,
that goes for me, that's going to go for everything out there.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so text 16. Maharaj Yudhisthira inquired, "It is very wonderful that the demon Shishupal merged into the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even though extremely envious. This Sayuja Mukti is impossible to attain even for great transcendentalists. How then did the enemy of the Lord attain it?" You want me to read the purport on that one?
No, read the next verse. Well, actually,
Oh,
yeah. Let me look at the purport first. Let me see what's
okay.
there. Let's see here.
Well, this kind of explains what we were just previously talking about, actually, this purport.
Yeah, let me look here. You actually read the purport because this is related to something else. Yeah,
Yes,
and I want
this
to speak
is
about.
this is good for the scholarly people. Uh, there are two classes of transcendentalists, the Gyanis and the Bhaktas. The Bhaktas do not aspire to merge into the existence of the Lord, but the Gyanis do. Shishupal, however, was neither a Jnani or a Bhakta, yet simply by envy of the Lord he attained an exhausted position by merging into the Lord's body. Certainly this was astonishing, and therefore Maharaj Yudhisthira inquired about the cause for the Lord's mysterious mercy to Shishupal.
Yeah, I want to talk about that a little bit. That is the extraordinary um, glory of actually God as God actually is in his most original form, especially. But in any of his Leela forms, they're so powerful and so amazing that if you try to do like a transcendentalist, there are two types. One is the Jnani and the other is the Bhakta. So if you try to attain God by merging, that's Sahuja Mukti, which devotees don't like at all. They don't want that at all. They said, do never give me that. They don't want to just merge. And they like serving the Lord. But they're still transcendentalists, and it's very hard to. Yeah, exactly, Sahaja. Yeah, and we'll get to that one too, there, Amy. Yeah, but anyway, there's a guy. He showed a video. This illustrates this, and I'm so happy that you reading this now because it talks about what this guy was. He said, Gohar, you say you're the only ecstatic devotees around. And then he showed this Osho picture of, well, not a picture, but a video of these people with this guru standing around them with his hands, on their heart and their pineal gland, and pumping energy into them, and also using his disciples who he would look for. If there's somebody ecstatic, he would bring them over and have them put their hands on the heart. So they're pumping Shakti into the chakra system, and forcing that energy in there. And then not everybody, but most will have some level of awakening. Some go, they start screaming, and they're crying, kind of like what goes on here. And the guy was comparing it as the same, as the same thing. And so that's the yogi way. And so he's saying, well, you see, they're also ecstatic devotees. Well, I also know the Osho group. I've been there, many of their parties and stuff back in the day, when that was going on. But basically, that's the those are the gyanis, and or the yogis. He's more of a yogi, and so they can pump. They call this Shakti pot, and they pump energy into your chakra system, and you get like a Kundalini awakening, and just like this. But it's usually not sustainable. See, and then you always have to have somebody there to pump energy into you or something. It's like a drug, like you take psychedelic drugs. You take the drug and it stimulates the chakra system, and then you have these awakenings. But number one, it's dangerous, and they have no purification per se that goes along with it. And so that's the jnani thing. It's not in full knowledge. See, the bhakta. Yeah, exactly. So, see, the bhakta has more knowledge about the process of this awakening. See, just because they do, it's just when you study the knowledge in the Vedas, it shows you and proves that understanding the personal transcendental qualities of the Lord are amazing, and they're highly purifying. And you need this knowledge, otherwise, I've seen people, they're left in the dust. They have this awakening. They don't know. There's no real philosophy. Just a bunch of Osho. His idea chanting and Coca-Cola, chanting Coca-Cola in Krishna's name is the same. There's nothing the same. It's all one. You see, it's all one thing. See, so there's a problem with that. And so Osho was charismatic because he used to read, like for 18 hours a day. Just read philosophy, and he became like a philosophical encyclopedia of various things, and he put it together. Nice speculations, and maybe some helpfulness in different ways, but no science of awakening. So and this is actually some of his just disciples. He didn't do any of this. It was his disciples came later that are doing some of this stuff. But it's more of a yogi and a impersonalist thing. So it's, if you would examine those people that are in the video, you'd have to look and see, well, how are you now? Or how are you after that? Was it sustainable? And it more than likely wasn't. They just had that, and then they have to go and sit in the group again and have them hands put on them and pump the energy in again and go, And what is that about? What are they realizing? So the Vaishnava thing is more complete system. See, we have the knowledge of purification going along with the ecstasy, because we even have people leave here that are ecstatic because they're not sufficient in their purification. They need to go, more purification, and not just say, "Oh, thank you, I got ecstasy now. Now I'm equal with God and Guru and everything else, and I'm on my way." See, they're not finished with their purification. So there's there's some practical thing in this. So no, it wasn't sustainable, the Osho thing. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. They all scattered and went to other things usually, or they're part of the Osho group. And it's another thing. They're trying to climb into the kingdom in some other way. I went to their Osho thing in Pune after he disappeared, and they're all in false ego. It's just puffed up, thinking they're really great people, and they got this elite group. It's just like ISKCON. It's all thing. Yeah, even those people there, they go into the ecstasy and everything, and after the video, you see they're all like rules, regulations, and just external stuff. Nothing changes. You have to find the real bona fide path. I mean, we're lucky to have this sustainable system. Yeah, that's no problem there if you lose the connection. And if you lose the connection, you just come back on actually, and it'll probably come back. Um, so what else we got there? Amy says they think Srila Goharidas is sahaja. Anyone who says such a thing can't even combat. Yeah, it should last a while now. Cannot even combat his intelligence. They can't even step to the plate and prove their point. See, that's the thing. A sahaja means you're acting on a platform you're not. Say I'm trying to be a guru, Dave, okay? And I'm here to deliver my disciples, and I come out with the nice cloth. I'm a man of the cloth, right? And I come out and I got my disciples sitting there. Oh, Guru Dave, you please, give me mercy, give me mercy. Okay? But I'm not realized. Yeah, and I can't deliver anybody. I'm not even delivered myself. That's sahaja, one form of sahaja. The other form is what they think is, oh, they're crying, automatically you're sahaja. Well, Lord Caitanya was crying, Nityananda was crying. What's the difference? Well, they were in full knowledge too, because simultaneously, if you got real ecstasy, real prema, simultaneously knowledge awakens of the path. See? You could go and look at those people in the video and they go, bah! And the screaming thing because some awakening. But afterwards, because they're not in the real line, they're thrown out of the kingdom again. It's like taking LSD or something. You get a little experience and then you're back out. This is sustainable. And this is why Lord Chaitanya is called the safe bridge to the spiritual world. It works. You get there and you stay there. You see, people are staying there now. It's pretty good, huh? You can see people making progress. You see Johan and Lalita, they're staying in this state, living in it more and more. It's amazing. Okay, so go on there. Tom, you can take over because her video's not so good, not working right.
Just going to keep doing this.
Yeah, that's okay. Just stay off and watch. It's no problem because it's not worth it. Uh-oh. No, you got what do they call that? Woodpecker sounding. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. My voice is getting real. I'll do one more verse, and then I think I have to stop it. Just too much energy in the voice chakra today. Too much talking. Um, Next verse. O great sage, we are eager to know the cause for this mercy of the Lord. I have heard that formerly a king named Vena blasphemed the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and that all the Brahmins consequently obliged him to go to hell. Shishupal should have also been sent to hell. How then did he merge in the Lord's existence? So I explained what Narada Muni is going to explain already. So the difference with King Vena, I also explained that another time, but just a quick repeat. King Vena didn't think about Krishna. See, he was just an envious, jealous person and jealous of Brahmins. If he would have been jealous and envious of a devotee, now that would have been different. But they were just Brahmins. See, and so and so he didn't get that result of merging and being liberated because he wasn't thinking of transcendental personalities in envy or jealousy or hatred. See? So he was just thinking of still ordinary persons. A Brahmin is still in the ordinary position of goodness. So he see like Hiranyakashipu's father, his I know Prahlad's father was no, yeah, Prahlad's father was a demon, but he also had a devotee in his family, so he was liberated. So the Lord shows that often. Even Kamsa, even he was in the family of Krishna. He was in Krishna was his uncle. No, he was the uncle of Krishna. See, so there is relation there too, even bodily. See, everything in relation to Krishna and Krishna's devotees is so amazing. That's why we have the most amazing sangha here. You don't see anything like this. It's so amazing. And even the Vaidhi Bhaktas are blessed because that's what, Prabhupada knew. If I can just get them and dress them up in a uniform, a little orange or white, and they just look at the deity every day, and even though they have envy and jealousies, they're going to be liberated simply because of that. You know, even their nam aparad and they're going against devotees and all that. Still, it's part of the family thing. It's useful. I find it very useful to have people hate me that just naturally hate me. Well, they don't hate me; they hate Krishna. I just represent that Lord. See, so it's like there's war going on two levels here. Like the Christians, they talk about we don't wrestle with flesh and blood, but principalities. See, these but we're like the what do you call like the pawns and the chess pieces for the Lord accomplishing amazing things. You know, we're his avatars down here. There's actually a movie called is it Halo. I think it's Halo. About this, there was these two. Actually, they're both kind of demons, and they had their avatars in this world. It just talks about basically how it works. And this one of the demon avatars was a crocodile-looking reptilian thing. And he was using an avatar person, to accomplish. So that kind of stuff is going on. So Krishna has his avatars here, and that's the empowered Shaktivesh avatar, the devotees. Okay? So we're part of this whole thing going on, and very important part, actually. Very, very important part. And that'll be known in due course. There's nothing like this going on. This is very unique. It's always like that. Something amazing is always unique. So we'll end it here now. My voice is kapoots. Thank you, Tom, for coming on. Yeah, you're looking better now. You don't look like an android so much with a little bit of facial hair and hair on your head coming. Okay. Haribo, 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 everybody. Thank you for coming.